Welcome to the tavern. Let's make a drink. Tonight we're making a Punch Royale. It's from 1755 from the 6th edition of The Housekeeper's Pocketbook by Sarah Harrison. But it looks like the 2nd edition of this was published in 1739. Couldn't find where the 1st edition was published. So this thing may have been around for even longer than that. But this is quite an interesting recipe. I read it the first time and was a little confused, but then found some cool stuff in it. So the original recipe is take 15 oranges and 15 lemons, wipe them very clean, par them, and put the parings into 2.5 gallons of the best brandy. And let them stand for days, then take 4 gallons and 3 pints of water, 15 whites of eggs, and 6.5 pounds of loaf sugar. Put the water and sugar in a copper, and when it boils, add the whites of eggs, having beaten them very well. Let these boil about 1/4 hour, and then let it stand to cool. Then strain it through a sieve, and pour the brandy from the pairings upon it, and add 2 quarts and a pint of orange juice, and 3 pints of lemon juice, which must be run through a flannel. Put all into a barrel, and in about 6 weeks it will be fine enough to bottle. There are some bold choices made in this. First of all, they're taking sugar, they're taking water, they're boiling them together. Sounds like they're making a bit of an 18th century simple syrup. However, they're adding 15 egg whites. Done's everything. But egg whites in drinks, not a very uncommon thing. I think we can work with that. But other than that, it sounds like a pretty decent grounds for a modern cocktail. Ever wondered what really goes into these videos? Very minimal amount of it is the actual filming of them. The biggest part of it is doing the math to scale down these absolutely massive recipes into something that's palatable for a normal human. This one is scaled down significantly to around the size of a modern cocktail. The first ingredient we're going to be using tonight is cognac. Now, I know the recipe calls for brandy. I personally think cognac's going to be a little bit better with this, but also this is a Punch Royale. I am using a Remy Martin that is actually, the blend is meant to commemorate the Certificate of Excellence, that with the acknowledgement by King Louis XV to Remy Martin. I thought it might be fitting. We're also going to be using simple syrup. So they talk about sugar and water. They're basically making an 18th century simple syrup. When you're making simple syrup, you notice mine's a little bit dark because I am using Demerara sugar in it. You use either Demerara or Turbinado sugar. Not only is it a little bit more historically accurate to what they would have been using at the time, it also tastes better, has a much better flavor profile. We're also going to be using an orange. We're going to be using a lemon, and then we're going to be using egg white. I've actually pre-separated my egg here, so I have my egg white already done because I don't want to embarrass myself by having the entire internet see me fail at getting an egg white and getting shell into it or egg all over myself. So we've done that beforehand. So the first thing I need is a glass, which I don't have, so let me go get one. All right, so I got my coupe glass on ice here. I'm going to let that chill. I'm going to get started on this. So the overall recipe, as I said, we're scaling it down. It's going to end up being 3 ounces of brandy, a 1/2 ounce of orange juice, 1/2 ounce of lemon juice, 1/2 ounce of simple syrup, 1 egg white, and then I'll show you where to go from there. So the first thing we're going to do, the recipe talks about using the peel of the lemon and the orange. So I'm going to take a peel off of the lemon. So I like these kind of tool probably better. So I'm going to take 2 lemon peels off this lemon, and then I'm going to take 1 peel off this orange. I really want to bring these flavors out, so I'm not just going to put them in there. I'm actually going to muddle them with the simple syrup to extract those oils, get that flavor out there. So I've got 2 lemon peels, I've got 1 orange peel in there, and I'm going to grab 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. I'm going to put that in my shaker. Then I'm going to grab my muddler and just kind of bruise this up and muddle it a little bit. You want to get it nice and fragrant. So you can actually smell the orange and the lemon. Doesn't need to be insane, doesn't need to be crazy. You don't need to be leaving it for 4 hours like the recipe calls for. But just enough to get all those oils extracted and get them moving in there. Next thing, we're going to add 3 ounces of cognac. So here we go. God save the king, vive le roi, I guess, since this is Remy Martin. 1, 2, and 3. Try not to spill it on the bar like I did. All right, cognac is in. Next, we need 1/2 ounce of lemon juice and a 1/2 ounce of orange juice. So 1/2 ounce of lemon. Make sure you actually measure. Don't just like pour it in there and guesstimate or Google it or anything like that. 1/2 ounce of lemon. Orange. All right. And there we go. All right, and the last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna have 1 egg white. If you've never done an egg white drink before, they sound a little bit gross, they sound a little bit weird, but I assure you they're actually really good. Mostly what the egg white is doing is it's adding texture and mouthfeel to the drink. But when you use egg white drinks, you're going to be doing it in 2 shakes. So the first shake we're going to do, we're actually going to aerate the egg. We're going to do it dry. We're not going to do it with the ice. And then the second one, we're actually going to add the ice in. So pour your egg white in your drink. Grab the top of your shaker, and then we're going to shake this for about 10 seconds. All right, now that you've done that, you've got it all nice and frothed in there. You are then going to add your ice to chill it. It's a lot better than making simple syrup with boiled egg whites in there. Shake again to get it nice and chilled. And when we're done, pour that in there. So you kind of got that nice like hazy, cloudy texture to it. It looks nice. Smells nice. You can definitely smell the orange, you can smell the lemon, you can smell the cognac. I think let's garnish this with a lemon peel and an orange peel. Lemon, orange. Let's do a little bit both. This is a Punch Royale. I think it'll be good with both of those peels. You don't really get those oils out. And there you go. I'm going to try this in just a second, but I'll be right back. All right, I had to grab a special guest star for this one. So I'm going to bring in my wife, Allie. She's coming in. Allie is the person who's off camera, who dealt with me building this cage bar, and then usually taste test these drinks before you guys see me make them, and I just say, here, try this, and I give her no context of what it is. So again, in that, kind of same vein, I'm gonna say, here, try this. All right, what do you think?
It's good. I like it.
Yeah, you definitely get the citrus.
Yeah.
It's not too bad on the cognac.
No, the cognac's not overwhelming at all. It's very lemony.
Yeah, I think the orange is good though. It's definitely better than the original recipe, which was making simple syrup with boiled egg whites in it.
I mean, you can do it with frosting. Why not with?
Yeah, they would just strain it. It sounds gross. So anyway, as you can see, it is Allie approved. Maybe we'll make this again. So Punch Royale, make it yourself. Don't be intimidated by the egg white. Have fun, and cheers.
This is mine.